swollen flexi means to me, like I've actually thought about this before, and you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that guy on YouTube that's like this big Hulk dude, and I see him doing the splits. Yeah, that's who it reminds me of. That's what I think about when I think about swollen flexi. So I think about that, and I also think about Jean-Claude Van Damme when he's sitting. I can't remember if it was Bloodsport, where he's in the chair. That's what it reminds me of. But all I really think about is being really jacked and really strong and being able to hit big numbers, but also find really deep, awesome positions in pretty much everything. Having good range in your hips, having good range in your ankles and your knees and your back, and being able to, I think of like that stretch man that can, get around to any positions and all that type of stuff. Like it really, like I feel like if you can be strong and fast and powerful, but also hit perfect positions and not be restricted in any of those movements either. I live next door to the gym, and I could, it's the easiest thing to come across, and well, it sounds easy, and I'm pretty sure on the outside everyone thinks it might be easy just to come across and just train all day, but it's really not. And I just got to the point where I just said, I just need a break. So I just took, I took a week off, and then I was like, I'm not ready to go back. I took another week off, and I'm not ready to go back. I took another week off, and I'm not ready to go back. And that happened pretty much every week for about 3 months. And then, look, I was riding my bike once a week. I would register, and like I did a couple of things I really wanted to do. I borrowed a bike from a mate, and it was like a good road racer, and I registered for a couple of local races that they do just out here. I could ride my bike there and warm up and just register on the day for like 20 bucks and race. And I did that once a week in that period of time. So I would like go and kill myself in this race for 40 minutes and then do nothing for the rest of the week. And then I think I would play volleyball for 30 minutes on a Wednesday night or something like that every other week for a team that I didn't even know. I just found them on a Facebook page and said, hey, can I join your team? And it ended up being like 3 other guys that were like mid 50s, mid 60s, and we were just playing some volleyball, and like it was good fun. It was really good fun, and it sort of took my mind off things, but I wasn't doing a lot of training. Like I really wasn't. Nothing that was taxing me mentally, and I just really needed the rest. The thing that sparked me after that to start training again was getting an invite to go to the Invitational. So that 3-month break, at the time, I was thinking, how am I going to come back from this? How am I going to do it? Like, what have I done? I should have kept training, and to be honest, I think it's probably the blessing in disguise. I really needed the rest, and I think if I just really tried to push myself through, just, getting out there and training for that period of time, I probably wouldn't have competed in 2018.
Well, that slight rise can go suck a dick.
I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
Well, that was way harder than what I thought.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That got really bad.
Oh yeah.
I feel it right in my heart. Yeah. How bad were the legs on the way back?
Oh, f***. The last like
10 meters.
Yeah. Just fucked.
Made me feel a bit ill.
I'm glad I wasn't. You know I'm feeling it?
Oh, I'm feeling a bit sick.
No, I'll just take lunch.
Especially with the yoke overhead, like right there. I could feel it just under my sternum. My diaphragm. We're struggling to pull down. It's like it was an extended position and it was fighting against muscle tightness to pull itself down to breathe in oxygen. All right. This next one, it's just 4 rounds, 1 for 1. It's just a 20 cal row, easy, just smooth, and then 10 shoulder overhead.
Is that because that wasn't easy at all? That wasn't moderate?
No, that was hard. So this will now be our moderate. That was not moderate. Kayla rang Tia and Shane from Gladstone and said, hey, James is not training, take him. And they said, yep, send him on up. So I've literally just got back from 6 weeks. I did half a week of training before the Open with Tia and Shane, and I did the whole Open with those guys. I was planning on only staying there for a week and a half. I ended up staying for 6 weeks, and honestly, it's really given me back a lot. Like, it was just like when you're up there, it's just like, and you can literally see why Tia wins. She's just crazy. It's just great, and it's a great environment. It's conducive to good performance, and it pushes you. And we were pushing each other, and I knew when I was getting there. It's like I said to them straight away. I was like, guys, I'm just warning you. I am not fit at all right now. Like, I haven't done anything, and they were just like, oh yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure you'll be fine, and like I think I was okay. And then, but every week during the Open, I got better and better and better. And you know, like when you're there, it's just like you can't not say, hey, oh, I've got to go, you know, clean up this, or I've got to go do this email because we're there to train and there's nothing else to distract you. So it was, we're going to train at 7 a.m. and that's what we're doing. And then you'd go there and you'd have to train. And then in the afternoon, it'd be like, okay, we're kicking off at 2:30. And Shane was really good in that respect. He's just like, all right, you guys feeling you need a bit more time? It's like, okay, we've got 4. And we would train and we would get it done, and like it was fantastic, and I got so much out of it. And I think seeing my numbers during the Open, you know, sort of get slightly better and slightly better and slightly better, I could physically see progression of fitness during the course of that time, and it really gave me the shake-up I needed. I really, really needed it. And now, honestly, I feel like, right now, I feel like I'm fitter than I've ever been, and I pretty much gained all that within 6 weeks of being there. And I feel good about training, and I'm motivated, and I'm keen for my next session, and I'm not like dreading it. It's not like a dread factor anymore. And you can't go into the CrossFit Games or get prepped for regionals or prepped for the games dreading every session. Like, it needs to be fun for you to really enjoy it, to get the most out of your sessions. Because the people that do, they'll be 5–10% better in their sessions. Over the course of all the sessions that you do between now and then, they're going to be that much better than you at the games. So that was really what I needed. And now, like, I'm a week back here in Adelaide, and yeah, my training is really, really good at the moment. I'm really enjoying it, and I did make it into regionals, lucky enough. I think I placed 19th, and yeah, it's like I just really needed to make it back there, and I can really put my foot down and put a hammer on my training and really just honing in on everything. And I think I really needed the rest and mental break from it, but it also has taught me a lot in the same instance. So that's pretty much where I'm up to at the moment.